NEXCOM team, February 1st marked the start of a new fiscal year for the enterprise. And while I'm excited to share with you my guidance for 2023, I hope you'll agree with me that last year proved to be a momentous one for our command, full of many amazing accomplishments and mission-focused successes. And with all that positive momentum that we generated in 2022, it's no wonder that our team has already hit the ground running, moving out smartly on several projects that will build upon last year's achievements. For nearly 8 decades, the mission of NEXCOM has remained a constant, supporting all of those who wear or have worn the uniform. Proudly standing on the shoulders of those who came before us, we're entrusted with preserving and strengthening a critical quality of life benefit for our Navy warfighters and military families. And it is you, our global team of 14,000 hardworking NEXCOM associates, who make it happen. Throughout the past year, our workforce overcame many real-world challenges, not the least of which was adapting to a post-COVID environment, with steadfast determination and the spark of innovation, always going above and beyond to support our deserving patrons. One of the highlights of 2022 was welcoming our 2,500 NGIS teammates officially into the NEXCOM family, as we formally achieved full operational capability on February 1st. And as our command's workforce expanded, the importance of our people to executing our mission has never been greater. I truly believe that our workforce is our secret sauce. It's where we shine, and each of you are at the heart of NEXCOM. That's why I will continue to ensure that our associates remain my top focus area in my annual guidance. Last year, our human resources team rolled out a new learning management system, known as Learn, to deliver more targeted training. Also, in order to help streamline and better assess and recognize the performance of our team members, our Associate Annual Performance Evaluation form and process were updated. As we look to the future, we will continue to review our benefit programs in an effort to make NEXCOM an employer of choice. A recent example of this is the launch of a new benefit for your furry 4-legged family members. This voluntary plan offers pet insurance with discounted rates, flexible coverage up to 100% reimbursement, and freedom to visit any U.S. licensed vet, and even more. In addition, our human resources recruitment team always goes the extra nautical mile to hire great talent. And this past year, because of their efforts, NEXCOM received the Virginia Values Veterans Governor's Award for outstanding contributions in the hiring of Virginia veterans and military spouses. And I'm always proud to promote NEXCOM's Military Spouse Continuity Program, supporting employment relocation and career progression for our military spouses. In the coming year, we'll focus on a refresh of our Associate Satisfaction Index, which will capture your valuable feedback and help NEXCOM's leadership team understand your concerns and suggestions for improvement. My second area of focus, and one that's tied to our continued relevancy and viability, is our patrons. Our patrons are the lifeblood of our 6 business lines. They shop with us, they dine with us, they stay with us, they secure their uniforms from us, and they communicate with loved ones using telecom services managed by us. In 2022, through the Overseas Student Meal Program managed by NEXCOM at 20 DoDEA schools in Europe, Japan, Guam, and Guantanamo Bay, we served more than 925,000 meals to military children, a 48% increase from the previous year. We also sought to strengthen patron engagement by increasing our Next Level Rewards membership. To date, our Next Level Rewards program totals nearly 800,000 members, and these loyal patrons represent 34% of all retail transactions and 57% of all retail dollars. In the past year, Rewards members visited the Next 3 times more often, spent 2.5 times more, and had 1.5 more items in their shopping baskets than non-members. So based on that success, this year we will focus on simplifying the sign-up and identification at the register and revamping the rewards redemption process. We'll also build upon our efforts from last year to modernize the patron shopping journey, to include enhancing cellular coverage in our stores, which will be championed by our TPO team. And the creation of more digital touchpoints throughout the retail stores will create a truly connected shopping experience. These initiatives will also provide our stores with greater agility to adapt to the ever-evolving business trends. In the hospitality space, our newly created NEXCOM Hospitality Group will be fully operational by March and will oversee both our Navy Lodge and NGIS lodging brands going forward. One of their key objectives this year will be to define specific levels of service for each of our brands to support the TDY, PCS, and mission support requirements of both individual Navy warfighters and Navy commands. Maintaining key partnerships remains the third focus area in my guidance, as we seek to emphasize and strengthen our core naval mission and build stronger relationships with Navy commands, our resale partners, and the whole military community. NEX and MCX patrons continue to make an impact on military members by donating to the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. In 2022, benefit ticket sales raised more than $1.2 million for service members in need. As a way to build stronger connections, NEX Norfolk and NEXCOM's uniform team supported U.S. Fleet Forces media outreach program known as Sailor for a Day, helping to connect the American public with the Navy mission. And there was no better example of engaging with other commands than NEXCOM's involvement with the NAS Oceana Air Show last fall, serving as lead anchor and contributing toward making it the largest event in the show's history. Building upon this incredible success, we will reach out in the coming year to other commands to showcase our capabilities and inject our expertise. In a similar manner, last year our NCTRF team showcased their technical prowess and creative skills to support a Navy video entitled Vision 2043, which highlighted futuristic uniform concepts. And given their success on this project, I know they will be sought out for future initiatives. And speaking of uniforms, building upon 2022's successes, our uniform and distribution teams will continue working together to expand the Navy's maternity uniform pilot program, growing the participation rate of our pregnant female officers and sailors. We will also advance our uniform size standardization project aimed at developing uniforms that better fit our modern sailors. Continuing our focus on the fleet, in 2023 we will undertake efforts to improve the availability of ship store stock items in the 5th, 6th, and 7th Fleet areas of responsibility. These actions will have a direct and positive impact on a sailor's life at sea. Ashore, we're serving our sailors through our highly successful micro-markets, which offer 24/7 access to healthy foods, snacks, and other items. Our Navy leaders have taken notice of this program and its contribution to sailor quality of life. This past year, we opened 8 new locations, including Naval Hospital Pensacola and Norfolk Naval Shipyard. At these facilities, where folks are working around the clock, having access to our micro-market is a real morale booster. And in 2023, micro-markets will remain a game changer in support of CNO's Get Real, Get Better initiative. We plan to open an additional 10 locations, prioritizing the 2 remaining naval shipyards in Portsmouth, New Hampshire and Puget Sound, Washington. We're also pursuing options to open a second micro-market at sea through our ship store program. My final 2 focus areas are investments and efficiencies, and they continue to be centered around reducing expenses, improving our efficiency, modernizing, and creating a more flexible and responsive organization. They're intended to strengthen our value proposition and the quality of life benefit for both our patrons and associates alike. Last year, in support of these objectives, an extraordinary amount of effort across our entire enterprise was devoted to the X-Store rollout. I know so many of you worked long hours on this project, replacing and modernizing our aging ORPAS system to help us achieve EMV compliance and improve the overall checkout experience for both our associates and patrons. While it presented challenges at times, working as a team, we accomplished this huge feat in record time. I couldn't be more proud of everyone who played a part in getting this across the goal line. Thank you for your superhuman efforts and commitment. And speaking of modernization, this year we plan to introduce more new technology by deploying self-checkout registers. This initiative will begin as a pilot in our Tidewater district, with future plans to deploy to the rest of the enterprise. In a similar fashion, we also have plans to award a contract for a new lodging property management system this year to replace our outdated software currently in use at our Navy Lodge and NGIS properties. Similar to Xstore, when this system is eventually deployed, it will enable us to better manage our lodging program and provide a seamless check-in and check-out experience for our patrons. And so, as we put 2022 in the rearview mirror and kick off our new year, I hope all of you feel a real sense of pride in what we accomplished together over the last 12 months. There were literally dozens of additional accomplishments that I could have talked about today, and you all made them happen. As Benjamin Franklin said, to succeed, jump as quickly at opportunities as you do at conclusions. Or if you prefer the great Mike Ditka's motto, success is about taking advantage of every opportunity. I believe in each and every one of you, and I'm honored to lead this amazing NEXCOM team. I know we can accomplish and succeed at anything as long as we do it together. And we've got lots to accomplish in the coming year. While I've highlighted some of our objectives for 2023 with all of you today, my complete CEO guidance is available on the Hub. We'll also be mailing a limited number of paper copies to our NEXCOM locations worldwide. Please take time to read the guidance, and if you have any questions, talk with your supervisor or manager. I know I can count on each and every one of you to help us achieve these very important objectives for our command. The work you do every day will help reaffirm NEXCOM's continued viability and relevance for the years to come. Here's to a great 2023. Thank you, and as always, keep charging.